We're still on that quest for 1,000 subscribers, getting so close any day now. So yesterday we did a run where we only picked our 10 least used items of all time, and it didn't go very well. So today we're doing the opposite. We're going to do like the same settings, and we're picking from the 10 most picked items of all time. So those 10 items are explosive blobs, chain, slash, girthed up, thick hide, sapphire, fire, citrine, strange fruit, and ruby. So not exactly what I was expecting it was going to be. But yeah, I think that this will go better than the least used items. But doesn't sound like a stellar build. Like really, we're like exclusively reliant on... Was Slash on there? Yeah, Slash was on there. We're reliant on our projectile, which is not a terrible thing. Believe that's already a dissolve. That's bad. Flowers and needles didn't make the cut. No. Yeah, strange fruit and citrine are both on the list. We'll pick the... Oh, actually, strange fruit is more picked by us than citrine. So let's go with that. We'll try to prioritize our most picked items. I was really surprised to see that strange fruit is our second most picked item of all time. Sapphire will be the selection here. So really we're picking gems because we have the ruby, citrine, and sapphire all on here. And on death effects with the fire and explosive blobs. So I think that this is probably actually going to be a totally fine build. It just won't have like a flashy goo or something. What's more comments? Thick hide. Thick hide is more picked for us than Slash, so that's what we'll go with. I've just got like the little list off to the side. And oh, fire. We can take fire. I was going to say that's a dissolve. Maybe there are most picked items because they're offered more often. Because for the least picked items, like a lot of those items were just things that aren't offered very often. Like we had idle hands. Not sure what happened there. My computer just decided it was not down with continuing to play Goobies and just tabbed me out. It looks like everything's still recording, but it's got me freaking out now. I assume citrine over... Yeah, citrine is our third most picked item. So we got to go with that right off the bat. And this might be a dissolve here. Our first dissolve of the session. Which I feel like is way better than the least used item build. We have way more like common and blue items to start this. Mumza did not make the list. We'll take Sapphire here because Explosive Blobs is number 10 on the list, so it gets the low priority. That least picked items built was so bad. I'll be pretty embarrassed if this doesn't do as well. Really, this is just like a gems run, which is kind of fun. People often ask for me to do a just gems run. This is basically just gems plus on death effects. So fire is our priority there. I would have liked to have taken the thick hide. Get the levels going on that. Because like really, I just don't think you need that many levels in the on-death effects for them to be good. Number 1 item, Ruby. We apparently really like chasing the crit in this game, and yeah, kind of understandable because you can scale crit to the moon. It's also my first day recording with the second monitor. I got just a little portable monitor to go beside my laptop, which I think will be perfect for our weekend streams on Saturdays. 30% crit damage, that's a pretty nice way to start. What are we doing here? Strange fruit. We could accidentally end up with a lot of range this run, because the only thing that we prioritize over strange fruit is rubies. Very surprised that strange fruit was number 2, but I feel like it counts roulette wheels as well, and we have over all our runs gotten a lot of strange fruit from roulette wheels. A lot. A little bit of chain would be nice. Just to kind of, that'll be like our only damage penetration outside of the on-death effects. Legally obligated to go Ruby. Nice little chunk of attack speed. Always appreciated when you have a gray roulette wheel and you get more. Oh, is this a dissolve? Yeah, Mumza did not make the list. How far off was Mumza? Mumza was like 5 items off. We needed 8 more Mumzas for it to get on the list. All those runs where we passed on Mumzas, that's the reason why Mumza's not on the list. And you know what? Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad because we could have had Mumza as one of our 10 most used items of all time. And instead, it's just on the outside looking in. 8 Mumzas, that's like 2 runs where we took Mumzas. Oh, we gotta get this magnet. Tranquilizing Mass missed the list by 1 item. I was very surprised by that because we do not prioritize Tranquilizing Mass very often. But it does seem like one of those items where you just sort of end up with a couple of them on most of your longer runs. And I guess over time that just sort of adds up. Because you rarely have a build where obliteration, no thank you. You barely have a build where Tranquilizing Mass is terrible. Like it usually adds at least something to your build. I kind of feel like this is almost more powerful than our entire 10 least used items build. Oh, I want the chain, but we can't take the chain. We gotta take the strange fruit. Gotta stick to the priority order. I wonder how long into the run will be before I give in on that front. Slash here. Slash is number 8 on the list, so it's kind of surprising that we already have like almost a fully upgraded Slash. Is Slash 4 or 5 upgrades to get to the capstone? The capstone always feels kind of dumb to me. It just guarantees a crit on the slashes, when pretty much all these runs we get to 100% crit anyways. And we gotta take the ruby. That's a nice offering there. It was very kind of the game to throw that up for us. But we all know Gotta take the ruby because it's our most taken item ever. 321 times we've taken rubies. And in case you don't know, all this information, I just pulled it out of the encyclopedia. It tracks quite a bit of stats, actually, on everything in the game and your different characters. It's quite nice. I like stats. I'm definitely a stats nerd. So when games just give me a boatload of stats, I'm a happy guy. Can't believe Goo didn't make the list. Goo was really one of the ones that was really close. Because that's like one of our favorite runs, like Goo and on-death explosions. We'll have to start playing Goo more in the future, just to make sure that if we ever revisit this, that it's on the list. I think next time around that we attempt something similar to this, I'll just sit here with the full list and take like either like the least used item or most used item from the entire list. So we're doing no dissolves. Because I think that would probably be more, at least for the least list, ends up with a more interesting build than what we ended up with. Because that build was terrible. That's like one of the worst builds we've used in a long time. Seems like we're doing pretty well on the mini bosses so far. This is serrated. No, this has to be strange fruit. Yeah, so that's like the capstone for Slash. Just gives you a guaranteed crit. That's not very good. Yeah, we're not like annihilating, but I feel like we're doing fine. And if we can get a couple chains, I think we're good. Like, we don't even need like a lot of chains. Like, we can get like 2 chains. I think we're pretty solid this run. To at least make it like 45 minutes. The pathetic 30-minute run that we did yesterday. Fun, but pathetic. It was a fun little experiment we did. But pathetic. Strange fruit is gonna be the thing that kind of sabotages this run, I feel like. But we are gonna have a lot of range by the end. Yeah, this doesn't feel terrible. It's not the ideal build, not even close. But it is absolutely playable. And probably better than a lot of the builds that we've featured on this channel. Oh, that's disappointing. Why, Mumza? Why couldn't you make the top 10? I should have just lied and said that, oh yeah, Mumza totally made the list. At Slade by Gaming, we're all about integrity. I do think that this will be interesting to compare to yesterday's run. And we'll kind of get a sense of, have we actually been taking the right items? You know, that's appreciated from the roulette wheel. Give us our chain. And now I think that we're pretty much set for the run. Whatever we get from here on is just gravy. Like more mini bosses. More mini bosses and more stats. It's also nice being able to like benefit from AoE. Unlike the least used items where we had absolutely, or no, what did we have? Zigrid that did AoE? I think that was the only AoE skill. What's higher on the list? Ooh, serrated or slash just beats out chain, so we're taking it. And that one is now maxed out. Well, we're not crushing the bosses, but we're doing okay. Well, that's very nice. Was that 2 item roulette wheels in a row that we just got completely hooked up on? The Goobies gods must be pleased with our run, and then force us to dissolve another Mumza. We're gonna owe Mumza an apology in the near future, I think, if this trend keeps up of us doing these runs where we're not allowed to take Mumza. We're totally breaking the channel rule of see a Mumza, take a Mumza. Back-to-back runs. Back-to-back Mumza-less runs. That feels a little blasphemous, if I'm being perfectly honest. So what are we? We're level 41 now. So we really don't have many more level ups this run. So this is kind of the build, outside of getting lucky on roulette wheels. And like, this feels totally fine. Like we're doing pretty well at clearing everything. We've got lots of wildfire going on, which is just exploding everything. Oh, do we have to take more serrated edge? But I don't want to. I want to take the chain. Can't do it. We got to stick to the rules. Yeah, we're kind of just cruising here. Like this was struggle town on yesterday's run. Like we were not in a good spot. 40% damage multi. Appreciated very much. I still haven't recorded our second video for today. And I'm not sure if I'll do another God of Weapons run or if I switch it up and do something else tonight. I've been having fun in God of Weapons, so I'm kind of inclined to just go play more of that. That seems to tend to happen. Like you have fun doing something, so you go do more of that. So we're struggling on the big guys. Oh, we're in a bad spot here. Oh, is that it? We did worse. We did worse. hilarious. We were totally fine. Could not kill these big guys. And I just backed us right into a corner. Could not get out. That is so hilarious. Well, apparently the least used items better than the best used items. And I'm out.